For those who don't watch me regularly, apologies if the face cam is crap. Because, well, my OBS kind of crap. I need a new laptop.
And guess what? It's crazy!
My only prediction, Suicide Squad Killer Justice League. That's it. Like, maybe I'll think of one or two more as we go on, but if we don't at least get a mention of Suicide Squad, well, I'm disappointed.
There's a million fearsome ways to fail.
I have no idea what this song is a reference to,
Why do they make
but
the same
it's a nice song.
again? Really stupid businessmen.
Yeah, no arguments there.
Ways to fail. They all should be in jail. And we'll
Yeah,
count them
probably.
down right here.
But you know, they're rich, so they can't go to jail anymore. It's like they say, if you get a gajillion dollars, if you make like $100 million off of a scheme and then only get fined $1,000, it's not even a scheme, not even like a consequence anymore. Oh, I thought of another one. The day before.
Why do they make the same mistakes?
That game that was a scam, essentially. It was like one of the rare moments of Steam refunding games, like even after it was too late.
We'll count them down right here in this top 10.
Maybe it's like a rabbit thing or something based in the blues, but Mario's don't really have. Mario doesn't have a lot of cutscenes and lyrics. But Rabbids would. Those that they took a level in badass. Oy.
Or be the death of goodness that
Yep.
kill the Justice League.
Yeah, well, got a mention, so that might be as far as we get, but I'll be happy if we get that much.
Or try to sell a piece of $700 tech.
Concord tax, folks. Concord tax. That's right, Concord. That's another one. I keep forgetting that.
Don't worry, we still have Sonic. Do we? Yes, we do.
It's a franchise that's getting better over time. Sonic Movie 3 was good. Not the best movie ever made, there were some problems with it, but it was overall a very good movie.
These games are really getting stale.
We just keep making the same game over and over again. Although, it's not so much that live service games themselves... Oh yeah, Skull and Bones, I forgot about that.
All the other games that took $1 million loss. Screw things up and give yourself some raise. Killing off your game in 14 days.
Concord tax.
We'll count them down right here in this top. Mr. Joker's reckoning bot.
Although I hear I think it was $400 million cost for Concord was actually a lie, although I don't, that was just like an estimate given, but I might be wrong about that one. Also, apologies if that intro got cut out, just know I was talking about Concord.
Can we lay off from this company? Probably another BioWare. It hasn't done much this year.
So my predictions are Suicide Squad Killer Justice League, Concord, and the day before. That's pretty much it.
Nope, it's a rambunctious child BioWare doing the fail, and yeah, it's Dragon Age Veilguard. This game by itself is a middle-of-the-road action RPG. But it's also a Dragon Age game, which means
oops,
to live up to.
You had expectations, you fool.
In 10 years. Firstly, your choices from the last 3 games
are the classic
Like, there are maybe 3 choices that do anything. That alone is a big turnoff, but it gets worse. Remember how in Origins, how your choice of race, background, and class dictated the entire first chapter? Or how in 2, where certain
I didn't play that game.
Plotlines were locked depending on if you were a mage. The character creation background
that
options
sucks.
here are utterly vapid and don't open any meaningful quests or conversations.
Somewhere Peter Dinklage got very offended that you used the term dwarf. But no one cares about Peter Dinklage anyway.
With their parents around. What do you mean I can't kill that random NPC? What do you mean I can't commit polygamy? My mom went to the restroom. Can I please brainwash the soldiers to betray everything they hold dear and become my servant? Wait, my mom's behind you. Oh no, she has a belt. Run, DM, run! The whole game feels like that. And I'm not the first person to point this out, but it rings true. Most of the dialogue feels like a corporate report going through HR.
More or
No huge
less.
stakes, no dire consequences, no potentially offensive dialogue. Everything is all sanitized.
Can't use the word
and
dummy,
being
we
even
might offend
slightly
someone.
disagreeable is a
I
huge
assume, I don't
no-no.
know.
While yes, the game does have a few times where characters are angry with you due to your decisions, unlike in other games, they don't leave in disgust. It really isn't until the final level that feels like things are happening like a normal Dragon Age game.
It's the
Even
last
if you
try to
get a
decide,
few
we should make a
characters from
Dragon
previous
Age
games
game
coming
now.
in, they are really mischaracterized compared to their previous iterations.
It's a fairly nice
so that's a bit of a
transformation.
bummer. As for the
It's
combat,
more than Crow got in
it's
Ruby. There is no
standard action
transformation.
game affair, but without too much substance. Sure, it has a class system, but I have it on good authority that playing as a warrior sucks. I mean, I wouldn't know. I always go for mage. Enemies in higher
I don't play the
difficulties
game,
have
so
their
I have no
stats
opinion.
super
Although I
inflated
usually
too,
go for
so it's
warrior
become
in these
more
sorts of
a chore
RPGs.
than
I don't
anything
know.
else. That's
I
why
like
some people
punching
recommend you
things.
play on
I'm a
easy
simple
for
man.
the best experience. Lastly, the art style, while not terrible, feels way too goofy for Dragon Age. Makes me wonder if this game really is rated M. Oh, it is?
It is?
It doesn't show. Again, the
I
game itself
fail to
isn't
see any
bad in
blood,
the overall scheme
any
of things, but it doesn't feel like
sex appeal.
Dragon
I don't know.
Age.
18
After
plus.
several years of
I don't know.
fantastic Western RPGs that brought forth new
But
ways
then
to
again,
tell a
these are like
story
just
like this,
random clips of video
Veilguard
game.
feels
I
like a
don't,
regression.
I don't know
I
about
hope we get a
everything.
game worthy of the
Or is it one of
BioWare
those?
name
It's
in the
like, well, we
future.
said the word
Till
sex
then,
one time,
let's
so
go
therefore
Baldur's Gate
18 plus. All right, let's see what number 9 is.
Let's not kid ourselves. Western gaming is in a steep decline.
Pretty
I mean,
much.
look at the Game of the Year award nominees. Not a single AAA Western title. So the obvious question is,
We need
what
more.
happened?
Well, you kept
a lot
making
of
the
people
same
have
game over and
opinions.
over again, so
And
why would I
opinions are
buy
just
it?
like mouths. Everyone's got them, and they all suck. Both sides
Um.
of the internet's polarized culture war have tried everything they can this year to dig up controversy where there was often none to begin
And I
with.
am
At the
so
very least, the overall
tired.
scandals
The
that
previous
were
year I was on
relatively
that
small
thing
potatoes.
on a
Exhibit
side.
A,
This year,
Sweet
I don't
Baby
care
Now,
anymore.
just mentioning them might cause some buttholes to clench, but thankfully, I have learned to speak both fluent Chud and SJW, so I will try to sift out the bullcrap. First off, there's no denying that Sweet Baby Inc. has its own set of failures, such as their very insensitive tweet against the recently
Their
passed
only
Akira
successful
Toriyama,
games
as well as
are
adopting a
God,
sort
not
of
God,
racketeering tactic
God
to
of
get
War
consultants
Ragnarok
hired
and
onto
Spider-Man
projects.
2.
They're basically saying
That's
to
pretty
developers,
much it.
Hey, that's a mighty fine online reputation you got there.
Be a shame if something happened to it.
Happened to it. So yeah, their hands aren't exactly clean.
Why are there
and
no
the
black
reputation
people in
didn't exactly
Japan?
improve after
Who's
the
gonna
with
tell them?
that game?
Yep.
More on that later. However, while
Foreshadowing.
Sweet Baby Inc. has been involved in less than satisfactory Western AAA titles, it's still incredibly unclear how much influence Sweet Baby Inc. had.
Yeah,
on
we
this
don't know how
game.
much
And
was in
yes, while it
Ragnarok or
is
God of
fair
War 2,
to
we just
see
knew they
and
were in
notice
it.
patterns, correlation.
Yeah,
is
there was a
not
group page just to
causing, and
tell you
being
when
manufactured is avoiding
Sweet Baby Inc. was
sensationalism.
making a
Basically,
game,
don't do
and
what everyone did
Sweet
in
Baby
regards to Power World. Upon release, this game was hit with accusations of AI misuse,
and Sweet Baby
plagiarism,
Inc. tried to
condoning
take
animal
the service
cruelty,
down,
human
which caused
slavery,
a
most infamous one being
what's it called, a Zydran effect, something like
a lot of
that.
these accusations were thrown around with so much reckless abandon
It's
that
like
it was hard to
by
tell
saying
what was
don't go there,
actual
everyone
and what
wanted to
was
go there.
misinformation. I will say this, however, Power World is not a Pokemon ripoff. It's an Ark ripoff.
Why did you even rope me into this? He roped me into this. Well, him over there, he roped me into this. Well, he roped me into this. What about he roped me into this? Well, that one over there roped me into this. Well, he roped me into this.
Okay, jokes aside,
Being
the
on a
one
Discord
ripoffs
server would be
and
like-
inspired by is a conversation for the courts, and we'll get to that later.
Yeah.
Black Myth Wukong is a thing.
I have
While it
no
wasn't a
opinion
game for
one way or
me,
the other
I'm
of
happy
Power
it's
and
still found
Nintendo. I
success.
just don't.
However,
But
it
in this,
wasn't without
yeah,
its
we'll get to that when we get to
Journalists
that.
were
Let's not talk about it
particularly
now.
kind to Black Myth Wukong, mostly because it lacked female representation. Oh, but don't worry,
Aren't
Screen
there-
Rant. I'm sure
but women
that
are in the game,
Eastern
yes?
games in 2024 will have a female lead that people will definitely celebrate.
Benevolent savior, hero. Yeah. And
I didn't get it. I have
dump
Bayonetta.
truck of an-
Again, I have Bayonetta. I'm good.
That in a bit. But
And the
people on
controversy-
have also gotten mad at
we'll
Black
get
Myth Wukong's
to it when we get to
development
it.
team for sending a list of guidelines to people who wanted to stream the game. Now,
Ah?
talking about this.
Oh,
one
great. It's
knowledge
Hogwarts
to-
Legacy 2.
Yes, they could have worded their list of guidelines a bit more gracefully, and two, Both this and Screen Rant's diversity complaint came about due to past allegations made against the dev team for promoting a sexist workplace culture. But I will say this. I don't feel like the dev team did anything wrong by asking streamers to cool down on the politics. I did something for my streams because I just want to play a good video game with my audience. These devs clearly know just how heated political conversations on the internet.
I'm tired. I'm just tired.
Speaking of politics in video games, Ayuden Chronicle 100 Heroes came under fire for its English localization being too politicized. And then there was the Paper Mario 1000 Year Door remake, which had... Oh, wow.
I'm not touching that one with a 20-foot pole.
We're moving far away from
I hear it was a good game, though. 1000 Year Door is a good game. I know that much for a fact.
Online discourse this year. Stellar Blade.
Big old dump truck of it.
Remember that earlier joke I made about Black Myth Wukong lacking female representation? Well, Stellar Blade has you play a female character that has been deemed by the internet to be too sexy.
Yeah, and then she was released and they actually censored her outfit.
Automata, where people say that the whole game is bad because the female main character is so sexually objectified.
I'm so tired of this. Bayonetta was even designed by a woman. Shut the frig up.
I think the fact that Stellar Blade is
that doesn't mean women can't be sexist, but it does kind of shove a knife in some of your arguments.
Dump truck of it.
Of course, when the devs behind Stellar Blade did tone back the sexiness, people
I'm more of a T-man myself, but if you like A, enjoy.
There's just no pleasing the internet.
I want the attention! I want the attention!
Instagram, be like.
Fails lists anymore, especially because there have been
and TikTok.
Fired. And quite frankly, all this internet discourse is why. People on
I love Gamergate 3.
No, chill.
What happened to Gamergate 2? Shut up.
Bigger than that, and it starts to get suffocating.
And the words have lost all meaning. Nazi used to mean something. Now it just means someone I disagree with online.
Internet controversy isn't exactly a new thing, but this year was probably the worst it's ever gotten.
I pray it's over.
2024 was an election year after all. Let's just move on.
I skipped that rap battle. I don't care about the politics stuff anymore. Although I laughed at the frickin' 2016 one. Oh, that didn't age well at all.
On paper, being a gaming journalist sounds like it'd be a cinch.
Just talk about game and and they decide, nah, let's talk about politics instead. Spider Sonic. Actually, in Shadow Generations, you kind of are. You're just Shadow instead. Yes, I played that game by now.
And report the news, jerkies.
This is a weird episode of Sesame Street.
Faulty journalism in these films. Moses did they deliver again this year.
I love that Cuphead clip.
We just talked about Veilguard, but this fail is for the journos specifically. The number of reviews stating that Veilguard was a return to form for BioWare makes it so transparent how in the pocket of the devs they
In shocking news, game developers suck. No, well, not game developers. Well, no, game journalists suck.
Of the game a few weeks
might do a Simpsons meme myself. Well, not Simpsons specifically, but used in that platform.
We discussed the poster child of crooked reporting.
You think you hate game journalists enough, but you don't.
Incident with IGN. Oh,
nice
good old IGN. Can't spell ignorant without it.
Yeah.
True history of posting embarrassingly basic and uninspired reports, mostly based on whoever offers the bigger check.
Yeah, right.
Or their own skill issue. This year, they decided to take a shot at Mario and Luigi Brothership by giving it a ludicrously low score.
They gave Mario a 5, but Shadow Generations got like a 9. What the hell? What timeline is this?
Party baby.
Yeah, right. I'm sorry, it just wasn't as good.
On one thing, people actually liked Brothership. In yet another welcomed union, the community wasted no time clowning on IGN for, well, being IGN.
As much as I hate IGN, I do love people, you know, beating the crap out of IGN. It's one of the few things that bring us together as a species. Yelling at game journalists.
They tried to combat concerns over the Minecraft movie trailer with, "You can't criticize this movie because it's for kids."
Minecraft is
also
not
kids.
for kids.
Deserve
It's
quality.
a
Your
game.
excuse is as lazy as your research skills.
It's made for
They also committed
entertainment.
Not one, but two writing faux pas by plagiarizing from Cosmonaut Marcus
Ooh.
and outright
Which is
stealing
even
a
worse
story
considering
from Did You
Cosmonauts
Know
controversy
Gaming.
recently.
Yes, they had to steal from other
Assuming
stories
it's
after
true,
these
of
two
course. It might be fake.
For
I
one, they called the
very
basic
used.
accessibility
Or,
options in Alan
rather
Wake
not
2
used.
pointless.
Is until proven
And later
guilty.
corrected it. Gee, whatever happened to Sekiro needs an easy mode for people with disabilities, fellows? Not only that, but you know Astrobot, the universally acclaimed game that rightfully won Game of the Year in December?
Didn't play.
According to Kotaku, it's a
Not buying a
soulless
PS5.
Sony cash grab. Look, Sony screws up a lot, but a good game is a good game.
Exactly.
On the other hand, I don't encourage piracy because of my own skill issues, so what do I know? But arguably the most insane thing was committed
Even
by
if
one
it's
of
a
the
game that
writers on
I
Alyssa
don't have no
Mercante.
opinion on. If it's good, it's good.
In May of 2024, said writer got into conflict with YouTuber Smash JT after he called them out for their blunders. How far did she
Let's
go
start a
with this?
fight.
She DM'd his wife's private
What?
social media
That's
account,
too
tried
far.
to
You don't
gaslight
go
her
into the
into
loved
leaving
ones.
him. Okay.
Really?
Kotaku
That is
just
some
petty.
next
This is
level.
legitimate harassment and
Biatch.
cyberstalking. The man has a family, for fuck's sake.
Editor here with an update to this story. While editing this video,
Huh?
Melissa Mercante has taken legal action against Smash JT for defamation.
Good.
While going on a tweet purge, which is not a wise move in a defamation case.
Yeah, right?
If a judge
I
so
swear
much
I
as
have nothing to
glances at
prove.
this
Delete
case and it doesn't burst
evidence.
into flames, then this suit very well might put other media commentators at risk. So let's give a round of applause to Alyssa Mercante for making life harder for everyone else and securing her spot for 2025's fail list.
The
Anyway,
fact
back
that
to the
she
video.
still has a
I
job
still
proves
believe
that.
there are good people
Proves
working
that
at Kotaku
sometimes.
who actually know what they're doing. But I'm serious when I say they need to
What does it
change.
prove? I don't
Keep the
forget the
reviews
words.
balanced and unbiased.
Oh, yeah,
and
the
do
world is
strict
unfair.
background checks. Otherwise,
Remember,
they're
this
gonna
woman still has a
pull
job
the
as a
plug.
game
The industry's got
journalist
enough
and you
crap to deal
don't.
with daily.
I don't know if
Might
you'd
be
want to
part
be a
of the
game
problem.
journalist, but if you ever have, keep that in mind. Oh, yeah.
Okay, we're done
This
with the
proves there is
stupid stuff
discrimination involving
surrounding the
women.
games industry.
Sometimes
It's time we
for
get to the
them
real
instead
meat
of
and potatoes
against
of the
them,
list.
though.
The stuff you all came for. So, who's on first in this year's Hall of Infamy?
Or she has all the blackmail.
Oh, of course.
I don't
it's
know who that
you.
is.
Randy. Oh, Randy Pitchford. How you are still working in the game industry to this day is another mystery. And this year's arguably been Gearbox's most embarrassing.
I don't know who that company is.
Believe me, is saying a lot.
Oh,
Let's
that
start with the
Colonial
obvious one,
Marines.
the
I'm starting to get the idea.
Borderlands movie.
Oh, say no more. I'm with
Sonic
you.
and FNAF in particular, proving you can make a film that caters to fans.
We
and
were turning
actually be
around. We are in
entertaining.
a new age where we can still
the
make
Borderlands
good
movies
video
remind us
game
just how
movies.
abysmal
We're
these
starting to
films
turn
can
around,
be.
folks. They
The
can do
Borderlands
it
film
now.
is
Borderlands
just
comes out.
bad.
It's all
It's a
doomed
contender
and
for being one
gloomed.
of the worst gaming-based movies of all time. And that's saying a lot. Awful writing and comedy.
Was that
a predictable
Warcraft?
story that did nothing interesting with the world.
This is now
and
a
cast
movie
that leaves
review.
everyone
Deal with it.
Baffled as to why the stoic, no-nonsense Roland. Comedian Kevin Hart seems like a great choice.
Of course.
The movie
He's
bombed
black, too.
hard, and Randy, who all through the lead-up was so proud to say, "Guys, it was me who made this for you guys." The fans
That's not
completely
helping.
getting
That's
mad
not.
that
Why
he
would you
didn't
want
like
to tie
the
your
film and
horse to this
blocking
wagon?
Fans who said they didn't like it until trying to say, "Oh wow, I'm proud Hollywood couldn't make
See, if you
something
just
as
made a good-
amazing as me."
If you
Well,
had
I
just
didn't
made a
like
good
the
movie, you
Game
would have been
Invaders
fine with it. You probably would have
but
gotten some more
nobody had
credibility
to
from
risk
it. But
a
unfortunately,
rank
you
too.
made
Fans were pretty
Borderlands.
skeptical when Gearbox bought the rights to this
Some
indie roguelike
movies
looter shooter,
should not-
and it turns out their fears were absolutely
Be warranted.
warranted. The launch
Some
of the new
some
Secrets
video
of the
game
Storm update
franchises
under
should not be
Gearbox was met
movies.
with
It's the fact.
insanely harsh criticism. Not only were many of the new additions like items and characters borderline unusable or overpowered.
Don't ask me for
not
any
only did the
examples,
movies
but
border on
I
unkillable
wish
for
that
the game,
Sonic a few years ago,
but
and
the
I
game
still would
came
think
with
that if we only
glitches
had
that
Sonic 1, but 2 or 3 is
completely broke
good.
the game's mechanics, even making it literally unplayable on some consoles.
God.
Many people resorted to down patching.
Down patching.
The DLC, the update itself was just that bad.
God.
I want to know how bad it was. After the fact, the developers released a roadmap. Not for new free updates or new content added to the DLC, but just for fixes.
God.
Huh? I know historically roadmaps have become synonymous with companies trying to assure gamers with vague promises and claiming that We totally have a plan.
Yeah, right.
Usually for
Star
new
Wars Outlaws, I
content.
saw that. I
Gearbox
forgot about
messed up
that game.
so badly,
Man, there's so
they
many.
needed to
There were
roadmap
so
to
many
something
bad
that's
games in
already
2024.
out. As if
There
this
were some
paid
good
DLC
ones,
was
yes,
just a
but
beta
there were a
test.
lot of
Gearbox's
bad
reputation
ones.
this year has sunk below any conceivable metric. Their fans have been through a conga line of disappointments.
Especially around like
and it's hard to have
2015,
any
there were a
hope
lot
for
of
the
bad games,
future,
except Witcher
especially
3.
since the CEO just doesn't stop embarrassing
Stuff-
himself.
Oy.
Okay, sure, Randy. Compare yourself to the Beatles if it makes your ego feel better. Nobody's falling for your
But the
magic
Beatles
tricks
were
anymore.
good, though.
So,
That's the difference.
Curiosity, show of hands. Who is expecting the recently announced Borderlands 4 to end up on one of these lists when that comes out?
If you put your
Raise your
hand up,
hands.
put it down right now. You're a liar. Yeah, they put their hands down further. Ha 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 ha. That's a good joke.
It seems like we got a pretty good thing going, and I like my job. I don't want to give it up to a couple of robots.
You can't stand in the way of progress.
Man, this show is
Once
ahead of
again,
its
we're
time.
starting a segment on AI misuse with a VeggieTales clip. They're like the PG Simpsons in terms of prophecy. It feels like every
I had a
year,
nickel.
It doesn't get any easier to remain neutral on the use of artificial
Hey,
intelligence in
Activist.
entertainment. Shockingly, though, the games industry kind of backed off this year.
AI is a
Kind of.
tool. It is not a
Because,
replacement
it
for
doesn't
real humans. It
excuse
is just a
those
tool.
instances
The
when
end.
It did happen. Let's start with a certain Doge purveyor, shall we?
Sure.
In 2024, Elon Musk himself
Did he buy
announced that
X
he was
in
interested in
24
getting
or
into the gaming
23?
industry. To
Well,
be
it was Twitter at the
fair,
time,
if
but
Bill Gates
I
get into the
remember.
console wars, Musk might have a chance. Just
Sure.
a teeny tiny problem with his plan, however.
He can't make
seems to believe
games.
that incorporating generative AI into his game development will make games great again. It's gonna
I
be
can't
huge.
believe John Scorcher
While
just
he
did
hasn't
orange
actually
face.
failed anything yet,
Cancelled
he is
on
doing a
all the
very
social
poor
media.
job of inspiring confidence. Let's take a look at the companies that are already doing it.
I
Let's
predict
divide
this will go the
sugar.
ways of
So,
Google
remember that one
Stadia.
dev that made a non-consensual replication of Angry Birds? Well, now we've got the actual Angry Birds devs making artificially generated promotional art
Ugh,
for
looks
Angry
like
Birds Plot
Minecraft.
Quest. The promotional art had several discrepancies, like Chuck's feather piece being yellow instead of black, weird lines at the bottom of Red's body, and yeah, what is up with those plants? Rovio
Yeah.
would confirm this by saying that they understand why it sparked frustration among the community.
Behold, the richest
So
man in
why
the
did you
world
do it then?
refuses
It's
to
almost like
pay
you could have hired
people as
actual
artists.
to prevent such discrepancies
I
in
know
the
there's a
promotional
lot of
art of your
expensive
mediocre
artists out there. I
blockbuster
understand
game.
that.
How does one put
But
so much care
come on,
into
you're the richest
not
man on earth.
caring?
You can't
Speaking of AI,
pay an
art,
extra couple
let's move on
bucks.
to another
I know
big
you didn't get
offender,
rich by
Square.
without
They
saving
literally
money,
opened
but
the year with an open letter saying they were going to
dude.
invest more into AI. Lo and behold, Square would use AI.
I may be the guy who'd
images
be
from
like,
the
look, Twitter
little
was
Splatoon
always
clone
shit,
phone
alright?
stars.
But
And
Elon's still a piece of crap. I am not
supposedly
going
made
to
up
back that man. I'm just
0.01%
saying.
of the game.
I am
That they're
anti-X
admitted
slash
to.
Twitter.
And
I am
surprise,
not
surprise,
pro
All Stars
Elon.
lost 95% of its
Difference.
player base 2 months after launch. Then, in December of this year, it was announced that Square would release its final seasonal update for Foam Stars in mid-January of 2025.
We have Splatoons
So
at
that
home.
makes 3 failed AAA live services from
Oof.
Squeaks.
Do I have for?
I can watch TFS all
Other parts
day.
of the industry. After all, 2024 would be the year that Ubisoft would unveil their new AI-powered Neo NPCs. It was hyped up to be the most
Nah.
innovative gaming revolution that would change the way we talk to NPCs forever. Like, seriously, I don't even need to make a joke here. Like, I'm reading the script right now. We don't even need to make a joke.
Yeah,
That's
right.
just the joke.
That is the
Ubisoft
joke.
is a joke.
Change the way of
Sure,
making
they did
NPCs.
hire
They're
real narrative designers
NPCs.
to
Come on,
design
dude.
NPCs that were only then enhanced by AI. But
What do you
the
mean?
prototypes for these
AI
AI
doesn't
NPCs were
enhance.
limited and unnatural. Garbage in,
Garbage out.
And this barely even scratches the surface of Ubisoft's blunders this year. We'll get to all that later.
Man, there's a
but
lot of
now let's
foreshadowing
talk
in
about
this.
Aperture
I say
Sight,
4.
yeah, I mean
4 is
Valve.
exactly a high
Though at this
number.
point, I think both of these companies are interchangeable.
It's higher than
especially
3,
since
though.
Valve announced in 2024 that they would be responsible for distributing a vast majority of games developed with
Using
AI. I'm
AI.
sure all the opportunistic scammers
Dude, check your hands.
developers will absolutely disclose that their
I
game
remember
uses
that.
them. Now, part of this new
Yeah, actually,
policy
kinda
does
cool.
state that Valve would make sure that it is known to consumers when a game is committing plagiarism. I mean,
Yeah,
assets.
more
But
accurate.
Honestly, with how anti-AI gamers have become, I doubt that Valve or even the devs will be making money from this endeavor anytime soon. And
We'll
that's
see.
if
People
Valve's
are
being
dumb.
honest. But don't worry, there's at least one company that's honest about its highly automated theft.
Is that Journey?
And that company is Netflix. In 2024, Mike Verdi
What did
was
they
named
do?
VP of Gen AI for Netflix Games, and
There are
openly
Netflix
admitted to using
games?
AI at the cost of people's jobs. Geez, so much for just being another tool. You guys are making me look like a clown just for trying to be optimistic.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, what's our last bit of AI misuse?
Fortunately, Arcane, out of all things in Arcane Season 2, the AI was one of the least of the problems.
Okay, alright, you're fucking with me.
Oh, how I wish I was. At the beginning of this year,
What
SAG-AFTRA
happened?
made a deal with Replica Studios that allowed voice actors to make AI-generated replicas of their voices for video games.
Why would they do that when they could just get paid?
I could have sworn that there was a big strike over this. Oh yeah, that's right, there was.
That strike was
Get
nothing
this,
but a waste of
SAG-AFTRA
time, a
broad strike
filler arc
again
in
this
real
year
life.
over Pretty much the same thing that was last year's.
And then the strike essentially
This
didn't
time
accomplish
specifically
anything
for
but
video
wasting
games.
everybody's
Correct me if
time.
I'm wrong, but I don't think this is what a union is supposed to do. Oh, and I'm not.
All
done.
it did was get a
Not
lot
done.
of
This
people
year's
fired and
SAG-AFTRA
lose a
signed
lot
an
of people
agreement
money.
with Ethovox to make sure that their voice actors get protections against AI.
Misuse of
Great move.
AI, typo.
Why
in
didn't
real
you
life.
do this sooner? You go out of your way to partner with a company that is hell-bent on committing highly automated theft, and then you strike about it to the point where you need another AI voice company to give you protection?
Clearly, this
Like,
means we need
no
another
disrespect
strike.
to all the boots on the ground fighting, but I'm not confident these guys are actually
That was
on the
fighting?
front. Now there
That's a
weren't
strong
nearly
word,
as many
dude.
Instances of AI misuse this year as there
Hey
was
ho,
last
we
year.
won't
The
go.
times that companies did misuse AI are just begging for lawsuits. Yeah, knowing the industry by now, something tells you that
I
this
don't know, I
is
was
just
more
the
interesting
calm before the
in
storm.
laughing at
I
all
know
the
some will advocate
activists
for
who
AI,
said,
saying
"Hey, we should
need
get
to
paid
keep
for
moving
making
forward
crappy
and all
stuff."
that, and while I concur to some degree,
Some people deserved
we
it,
need
of
to
course, and
remain
I don't
ethical,
agree with AI
because the
replacing
misuse
voice
of
actors,
generative
but
AI isn't just bad
Ah.
for the gaming industry, it's bad for
I don't
all
like-
industries.
I don't know. I'm not gonna get political though. Just know that I was laughing a little. But my opinion doesn't count for anything. I'm just a dude.
Yep, we have a new face on our yearly space.
Oh, hey, a new
Let's give a round of
friendly
applause
member.
to Warner Brothers.
I was expecting Sega, to be honest. Aw, damn, Dominic's in the ring again.
Evidently, they decided screwing over movies and TV shows wasn't bad enough.
I completely forgot that Batman show existed.
Time finally came for them to enter the world of AAA mismanagement. They made an attempt to delist more than 50 games from Adult Swim.
Why?
Only to backpedal at the last
Yeah,
minute.
right,
Say it's less
'cause,
we dodged the bullet,
ooh.
more than we dodged a shotgun blast.
Very
to
chill
the
without
head.
swim, don't you dare cancel it.
Of course, that was just a warm-up.
I have no opinion on that show.
Lloyd Services. Let's get the
What if
big one out
everything
of
was
the
live
way.
service
Poorly
and
based
they were
first-person
all
looter featuring
bad?
bastardizations of iconic
Okay, but how about a
comic
live
characters,
service
a
game, but
complete
good?
waste of a
Nah, that's
perfectly
ridiculous. Get
competent
outta here.
developer that- Hey, wait a minute. Oh,
Yeah, we're just doing
very
Avengers
funny, Wes,
again.
Putting Avengers on another fails list. Wait, it's a different game?
Yeah,
Ugh, this is
but it's still
at this
DC.
point. I swear
Oh, I
could
know.
run this program
Avengers is
mad
Marvel.
list.
Stupid, James.
Actually, come to think of it. People were initially
The other
excited by
company this time.
the
There, I
developers
fixed the
of
joke.
announced a new game. However,
Kill the Justice League.
was
They
everything
actually
the
sound like a
fans
toy
didn't
commercial.
want.
Nice.
Rather than a
Single player experience.
Kill the Justice League.
was instead a multiplayer-focused live service game. The
It's a
game
good
would
joke
later be
there.
delayed, leading some fans to hope it would be better, but the
The
release
most
proved
honorable
otherwise.
character in the entire
On launch,
game is the talking shark.
Justice League.
was criticized for
Only
its
because
poor
he's not
combat,
either talking too much, making stupid quips,
and
and not solely committing genocide unlike everyone else on the team.
As a result,
Not
the
saying
game
he's
was a
good, I'm just
critical
saying he's the
commercial
least
flop.
bad.
Rather than take the L, assured gamers that they were committed to the game for the long term. Of course, not even the
Also, he's a talking
introduction
shark that has a
was
it
able
has
to
a
keep
certain
the game
level of
alive.
cool to it.
Eventually, the company confirmed that the game would no longer receive updates after January 2025.
Oh, so it died this
But why
month,
have
I
one
should
live
say.
service disaster when you can have two?
There was an
Yeah,
Adventure
that's
Time
one
one?
fine
Oh,
looking
Brawlhalla?
live
I heard
service
about
game.
that.
Why doesn't mine look
Oh,
like that?
Multiverses, I heard of that one
MIA
too.
for a year,
Remember Ben 10
Multiverses
for
returned to an
Multiverses? That didn't go
glorious
anywhere.
chorus of
Ah, hey, Multiverse, what you with that?
what could have been a perfectly fun platform fighter was utterly eviscerated by its monetization system. Either pay through the nose to unlock the characters you actually want, or get ready to grind like it's your full-time job. At one point, a particularly
look at Smash clone
egregious
to me.
system was introduced and received so poorly that it got patched out. But don't worry, guys, it was just a bug.
Right.
Miraculously, though, it seems the gamers finally started to wise up to the AAA song and dance. Multiverses was a complete flop that cost Warner Brothers tens of millions.
Damn.
How long now before they shut down their first game studio?
Oh, thanks, Freddy. Foreshadowing.
So that's like 5 now. But damn, that sucks for Evolved. And I heard, I've heard pretty okay things from Multiverses. Shame.
Ubisoft. Again. Don't get me wrong, I love tearing them down.
Which is
after
like
all
a
the
Smash clone to me,
shenanigans they
so I don't
caused,
care.
But it's more, I'm annoyed at myself for once saying they weren't evil, just stupid. And yet, year after year,
No,
prove young
they
me wrong.
prove
But hell,
it more a
credit for
mix of the
this.
two.
At least they have the common decency to suffer and die slowly. Over the
I
course
would rather
of the year,
just
Ubisoft
die
has
and
been
get it
finding
over with.
itself in a
Thank you very
financial
much.
Downfall.
Ooh, jeez.
Gee, can't for the life of me picture why, considering you
How did
spent
I screw up
650
Tetris?
to
It's
850 million
Tetris.
on Skull and Bones.
First ever
They
quadruple
boasted
A
that the game was a
game, guys.
Level game.
If this is the future of gaming, I'm happy to live in the past.
When they're ready. Seriously, everything it
Yeah,
did
can we
was
stop
done way
releasing
better
games
back in
unfinished
Black
now,
Flag or
please?
Sea of Thieves. And look at that, they dropped the price.
Woot.
Well, at least they had a brief moment of self-awareness.
Yeah,
Briefly.
they've reduced the
Hey,
price
Star Wars
to
Outlaws did
the
pretty
already
well,
standing
because
price
they
of
grabbed a
most
bunch of
video
outlets and
games.
influencers for positive reviews. Wow, money well spent yet again,
Hi,
fellas.
Knuckles.
Meanwhile, in the real world, the game had a game-breaking bug that forced an entire restart.
Jesus.
And the $110 edition.
No!
Oh, look at
That's
that.
horrible.
Even with the shilling, the sales figures were still laughable.
And I hear that all
Like
you
the
get in
company
return is
itself.
one additional
Oh,
mission.
and,
Oh wait, I'm
Assassin's
sorry,
Creed
not an
Shadows was
additional
delayed till
mission.
early
A mission
2025.
they took
That
out
means
of
we
the
don't
main
have to talk about it
campaign
here, right?
that was already in the game. They locked it off so you could pay extra
Oh,
money to
I
unlock it
wish
that way.
The discourse surrounding this game was another mind-numbing poo-flinging contest between the wokes and the chuds. But let's
Ugh.
try to stick to the facts here, of which there are a
Please.
few. Ubisoft apparently
you.
based this game off of the historical Black Samurai Yasuke, and they sourced this idea not from Japanese historians,
Not from actual
but
history,
from
but some
Thomas
dude who
Lockwood,
wrote a
a
book.
white guy who made historical speculation.
Yeah, right.
To be charitable, we can't fully blame Ubisoft.
We
for
searched
being
through all of
bamboozled like the
history
rest of
trying
us,
to find
as
the one
something
black
that
guy in all of
everyone in the
Japan
West,
and decided we
including
should make that
academics,
guy the
just
main
kinda
character
took
instead
for
of the
granted.
Japanese
After all,
dude.
there is historical
Guys?
evidence of Yasuke existing, but what he did and what his role was in setting
Yes,
up Japan's society
Yasuke probably
is
existed
very
in real life. I don't
However,
deny
there's
that
a
fact.
ton of
But
misinformation
you had
about the game.
all of
But we
Japan
can't
and
blame
you picked
Ubisoft
the
for
one
always
black
trying to say
guy.
this is the history is up to interpretation, guys. While simultaneously
It's not
claiming
even a
that the
problem
game
that
is
there's a black guy as a main
respectfully
character in
historically
Assassin's Creed.
accurate,
That's not
when
bad in of
Japanese
itself.
laymen can
It's
point out
just,
various
dude.
anachronisms and cultural faux pas while drunk.
It's like, what if we had an Assassin's Creed game in Africa and decided, let's make Elon Musk the main character. He's a white guy.
だってこの時代北海道って全然違うエリアだよ。
Also, the game is not accurate.
700、1800ぐらいだね。
Oh, and don't forget the one gate thing.
No, we needed to talk about this right here. This is
After the event, if you remember from history after World War II, the nuclear bombs were dropped on Japan. There was a single Torii gate standing, and it was broken in half as a result of the bombing, but it was still standing.
And nobody gets granted permission.
That Torii
for
gate
this
is
a
still
religious
standing to this
symbol
day as a
that
symbol
they
of what happened.
specifically say do
Now,
not use
in the game,
media.
There's also
Damn.
drumming up artificial hype for the game with bots, but we don't have proof that Ubisoft was behind
we
that.
can't prove
But
that
it only
without
gets worse
facts.
from here on out as they lock entire quests for the game behind
The
pre-orders.
Torii gate
Speaking
is
of,
in the
pre-order budgets are
game,
painfully
in this
toned down, and
game,
it borders on
despite the
parody.
fact, yeah, there it is.
And they're
The
basically
Torii
forcing
gate
you to link
was
your
because of the
Ubisoft
nuclear
account
bomb
and have
dropped,
to move
which
around
obviously
so
didn't
you
happen in
can
ancient
cheat
Japan.
in a single-player game. You know, this eerily reminds me of when Sony pulled something similar and got charcoaled by the community. And
Also, if you don't like me
show,
talking over this
we'll
video,
get to
watch
that
the
soon.
original by John
Now,
Scorcher.
that
He does a
would've
much
been all,
better job
except
anyway.
Right as I was finalizing the list for this year's fails countdown, Ubisoft got hit with 2 more blunders to really end the year with a whimper.
Really?
They ended up facing a class action lawsuit when they announced they'd be shutting down the crew. They attempted to remove it from people's libraries and half-heartedly offer refunds to anyone who bought the game.
What the
recently.
frig?
Not really the issue.
I
there,
mean,
gents.
yeah, it's
But
because
hey,
you're refunding
everything's
them.
all
No
hunky-dory
arguments there, but what the
because, in their
frig?
executive's own words, gamers should get used to not owning games.
Get the frig out.
I think he said the quiet part out loud.
Yeah, right?
Look on the
That
bright
is a little
side,
out of
Xbox still
context, but it's still not a good look, even with
X-Defiant,
context.
which launched back
Don't
in
ask me the
May
context. I can't remember the
21st,
top of my head. I just remember it's out of
2024,
context.
And it'll be sunsetting not even a year after its launch.
If a game doesn't last a year, it's non-canon to me.
Given all the hits they've been taking.
They're not going to mention... I have a strong feeling John Scorcher's not going to mention Yu-Gi-Oh! Cross
Isn't that
Duel.
hard to say sorry for anything? All you do is pick up a ukulele and...
Look, that apology video was ass, but it gave us so many great memes. Where are we this time?
Sony. What the fuck was this year? Seriously.
Very
God,
valid
professors are using
question.
The whiplash you gave us to teach parabolas. EKGs of marathon runners are less sporadic.
Yee.
A line drawn by a seizure patient is straighter than the topsy-turvy.
Oh God, that's a low blow.
Okay.
But deserved.
So, what happened? Well, it all started with a simple case of Boy Meets Girl, or a game about managed democracy met annoying online account requirements.
Ooh.
For some reason,
Like, what's wrong with Final
Sony
Fantasy
decided to
VII?
make it
Oh.
a requirement to have a PSN account in order to purchase and play Helldivers 2 on Steam.
I remember this now,
After
actually.
the game was released. Okay, this isn't completely new. Ubisoft and EA have been doing that for years.
Yeah.
We hate them for it, but we dealt with it.
Yeah,
Now,
right.
The big issue is that you can't have a PSN account in 170-ish countries.
Jeez.
So,
I didn't realize
no
how
account
bad the
means
map
no
was.
playing that game you
Well,
just
that if you're in a
bought.
Steam game.
So, of
You know what I
course, the
mean,
internet
not like
reacted
in real
calmly
life.
and rationally by
Bleh.
review bombing the game until Sony backpedaled. That's great.
Except they
And Sony decided
didn't.
to do the same
They
thing with other
lied.
Steam ports that came this year, including God of War Ragnarok, Ghost of Tsushima Remastered, and Horizon Zero Dawn
Was Ragnarok
Remastered,
2024?
which are all single player.
I could've
It
sworn there was
boggles the
2023 or
mind why they
2.
would require it to begin with. Speaking of Horizon, Sony went out of their way to have people buy the remaster over the original. Everything was good at first, allowing players to upgrade their version of the game to remaster it for a discounted price.
That sounds
Then
nice.
Sony
And then they canceled
upped
it, I
the price
guess.
of the original Horizon to almost double what it
What?
was, so they don't lose money on people buying the remaster.
Oh,
Then they
actually, go
removed
F
the OG
yourself.
version entirely on PC, so people were forced to buy the remastered version. That's slimy. Remember the fun PSN requirement issue? Okay, enough
It's
about
back.
Steam. Let's get to the real show.
Ah, my favorite game of 2024.
Let's be
What was it,
honest.
2 weeks?
Any of you know about this game before its release?
No.
It was announced over
Not
a
even a
year
little
ago
bit.
with an
I didn't know
Overwatch-style
until the
trailer,
drama
and
came out.
We didn't hear anything since. Then it came out and its player count made Overwatch 2 feel good about itself for the first time in months. It was
Great
so
memes, though.
bad that Sony
I
pulled
still
the
fully
plug
believe the
less than 2
PS5
weeks
Concord
in, and then
tax.
shut down the studio a month later. Say what you want about multiverses, at
bastards.
least they had a chance to come back.
Right?
Firewalk, more like fired. Walk. Let's not forget the
Good
report
joke,
how they
good
spent
joke.
anywhere from 200 to 400 million on the game that only lasted a week.
That one's a theorized
Last but not least,
400
the
million, I
PS5
should
Pro.
say. Now, granted, I could be wrong, and it was confirmed
Congrats.
400
Made a
million.
digital
I'll
machine with
take
advanced
that
frame
L.
generation
I'm
that
just
grew up on
saying,
large
as far as we know
resolutions
right
without
now.
effort. Good job. You were absolutely the first to do that.
I am not
But it'll
purchasing a
be easier to
PS5.
grab
Everything is
that
on
over a gaming
PS4
PC,
still. I
but
will continue to stay with the PS4.
$700, Sony? Plus, we need to pay extra for a disc drive, so...
When the
hopefully we have a
PS4
bunch of
came out, it
physical
was
games.
to around
So, what you're
$200.
selling to us
Although it might have
is
been
a
a discount at
console
that
your
time to make
audience
sure we buy them.
already owns a version of that most developers will not optimize their games.
Please
for,
watch Tom
and
Christie.
whose
He has
biggest
so
selling
many
point
funny
is how it can
memes.
make a
They're-
four-year-old game look a bit better.
Exactly. What part of this aren't you getting?
All of it.
This
They
is
are
just like
Destiny
Apple
2
Vision
focused, but
Pro.
please check them
Just
out. It's
something
hysterical.
super expensive that people can brag that they have.
Every episode ends with
Cheaper and
Skeletor getting
arguably
blown the hell up.
options. And if you were PC
Also,
savvy,
the impressions are
there's
amazing.
especially no reason to get it, as Sony keeps releasing its games on PC too. I think the only games that are still exclusive are Astrobot, Last of Us 2. Oh, wait, never mind. 7 Rebirth. Wait, never mind that too.
What?
So, yeah, Astrobot. Can't wait to spend $700 for that. Despite all of this, there were a lot of things to hype about Sony this year. The 30th anniversary of PlayStation,
Neat.
Freedom Wars Remastered, Ghosts of Yote announcement, and of course, Astrobot.
I'm glad that did good. I'm glad that people were happy with it. I'm not gonna get it, but I'm glad that you're enjoying it if you are enjoying it this time. I'm sure it's a great game.
Message to others in the games industry about what truly makes a good
Less is more.
Games like Baldur's Gate 3, Balatro, and Final Fantasy XIV.
Wait, how'd you screw up
pretty much what
Solitaire?
Capcom and Nintendo have been doing for years. Sony better take this to heart, but I'm skeptical since they knew to do this during the PS4 era. Yet they still decide to go down this path.
And they almost lost in the PS3 era and stole that would be the last second.
Despite their stubbornness in putting Bloodborne
And that's
into
their
the sea.
nothing.
We're doomed.
Where's Bloodborne? Where's Bloodborne 2? And we decided to ignore them. Tom Chrissy, check about. Oh god. I love how this became a meme. I hate the Mr. Incredible who slowly gets more disgusting over time meme, but I do like the just about everything else. Meme me. Actually, that was pretty damn fluid. Wait, Sega. Oh. So many fires. Unfortunately, this is going to be one part of the fails that's probably never going to leave. You know? No matter what year it is, people get fired and they're just a fact of life. That was an F me with Fluttershy. Oh. Yeah, Elder Scrolls is safe. Monolith 8. Well, that's not too bad, I guess. 150. 580. Oh, Christ. Bungie! You got me in the freaking Skeletor loop. 14,600! New record! Wow, you didn't even have a second for that. You just said, look how many fires there were. That was it.
Nintendo, top 5 to dishonorable mention. Would have avoided it entirely if not for the usual copyright shenanigans. Still, improvement is improvement.
Oh, for frig's sake.
Nuance. The situations with Palworld and emulators are a little more complicated than just Nintendo.
Just give us
sad,
the
but
games.
it's not entirely
Preferably at a
Nintendo's
discount.
fault. Look at these videos
If you
as
don't
proof.
want
Ride
us...
the Dragon. Fully funded. Demos out.
If you don't
But
want
then
us to
comes the
steal
complete
the
production
games,
overhaul.
release them.
It's like you should treat your staff well or something.
Who would've
Symphosis,
guessed?
Pocket No Man's Sky down to a tragic, staggered development. Redemption story to
Yeah,
be
rest in
decided.
peace, I guess.
Them's fighting herds. Added 2 characters that broke the game and then fired the mods and devs.
Ah!
These guys just can't catch a break.
Well, they're furries, so
Square
of course
Enix,
they failed.
$140 million loss, but hey, they bounced back.
Sort of.
For now.
You are the chosen one. Bring balance to the force. Not leave it in darkness.
Shame. At least the show's still good from what I hear. There's a lot of... Actually, not as many honor modes as expected. Okay. Blizzard, I'm guessing. Oh, wait, Blizzard's dead.
On last year's fails list, when ActiBliz
Why is 2023?
#1 for the 3rd year in a row, I mentioned that ActiBliz would turn into MicroBliz in 2024. You may also recall that I said,
I look forward to absolutely nothing changing.
And guess what?
You were right.
Strangest thing happened. Absolutely nothing changed! In fact, things only got worse
I haven't
for
disappointed
Microsoft,
anymore.
and only
We're
after the
surprised, just to
acquisition
say.
of ActiBliz. I swear, it's like these guys are a virus in the gaming industry. Now, does this technically make this the
Cyborg
4th
was
year
cool,
in a row
though.
that Activision Blizzard finds itself at #1?
No.
No.
Look, if it wasn't Blizzard, we'd be disappointed.
You're lying, aren't
No.
It's a big
What's right in this,
But
but
in
shut
the
up.
spirit of showing just how corrupt Microsoft got because of them, and because I'm unoriginal, I decided to group the fails of ActiBliz themselves with the fails of Microsoft. That'll make this
Acti-Microbliz.
extra juicy.
So tasty. At this rate, if you don't, sit. Ooh.
Remember that first batch of PvE content that was promised last year?
Nope.
Well, big
That's
shock,
okay.
the
Neither do
mission
they.
sold so poorly that ActiveBliz put the kibosh on PvE forever. The
And now it's
game,
just
the original
Overwatch 1
Overwatch
again.
game died for absolutely nothing.
You murderer! You killed my brother!
I still don't understand why they shut down Overwatch 1 for Overwatch 2. You could have had both.
Policy change made it so that Overwatch 2's dev team will receive a grand total of 0% of profit sharing bonuses.
Because it didn't make any money.
That's bad. This just leads us nicely into...
Ooh.
A lead staff member came forward in a thread on Twitter about his absolutely horrible experience working for ActiveBliz. He stated that when he asked HR for information regarding a promotion or pay raise, they straight up gaslit him.
What?
Saying things like, why would we pay you more than we have to?
I hate that.
The final
F those people who pull that card. You ever give me more work for less pay? I'm out. I'm not playing this game.
I'm just gonna say it flat out. This is slavery.
Yes. Well, maybe not literally slavery, but effectively slavery.
The higher ups paying very little to nothing at all is inexcusable.
Absolutely. Oh dang, that
year,
means my
announced that they would be
the year
releasing a
before,
mod for
the
Call
day
of Duty
before
Modern
was
Warfare
wrong.
Remastered
Maybe that was
that would bring back
2023.
classic
I don't remember.
gameplay elements from Modern Warfare 2. They were finally ready to release it this year.
Was that last year? Someone correct me, please.
With a cease and desist right before launch.
Ah!
Work all those hours that the HQM team spent working on this mod, and it's all snuffed out in the blink of an eye. But if you thought
It really do be like that sometimes.
I haven't even talked
Like how my channel could get copyright struck at any moment. Like if John Scorcher decides one day that I don't like this channel anymore, it's gone.
You know,
Not that John Scorcher would ever do that. He's a great guy and all that jazz. I'm just using it as an example because we're talking about him now.
Microsoft, you may recall how successful it became after launch and how much everyone loved it. So, naturally, Microsoft's reaction to such a success was to look Tango Gameworks dead in the eye and say point blank,
Congratulations! Your purpose has been fulfilled. Time to die.
Ah, wait, what?
Yep. After the success of Hi-Fi Rush, Microsoft pulled the
Why?
plug on Tango
Why?
Gameworks.
They
Not
just made
even
you so
being
much.
Successful will save you from being shuttered.
Unbelievable. You have no safety net.
Oh, and the best part. The best part.
Mission
is
success.
day
Mission
after
succeeded.
pulling this stuff,
Failed.
Microsoft would say they need more games like Hi-Fi Rush.
Then keep the company, you morons.
This fiscally successful not know what goes on in their company. If you admit that
The
you
left
need
hand
more
has
games
no
like
idea what the
ones
right
from
hand is
studio you
doing.
just dismantled, clearly you made a huge mistake in dismantling said studio. And Tango Gameworks was already in production of new games.
They were
going to
make a sequel, or wanted to at least. That doesn't wanted to and actually doing different things.
Arcane Austin, the developers behind Redfall, also got dismantled by Microsoft. Granted, Redfall was a commercial and critical failure in and of itself, but remember, that was mostly due to Microsoft pushing the game out before it was finished.
So what you're saying is it's Microsoft's fault again.
By Microsoft 2 years in a row, and now the staff of 4 whole companies are without jobs.
Wah, wah, wah.
Well, when asked about this, Xbox President Sarah Bond responded with a load of nonsense that basically something long-term commitment.
Yeah, they say a whole lot of words that mean absolutely nothing.
That they needed to develop smaller games that could win them more awards. Which Hi-Fi Rush was!
You morons!
No excuse for pulling the plug on Tango and Arcane, except for maybe acquiring more gaming studios, giving their CEO a $30 million pay raise, and even paying former ActiveBliz CEO Bobby Kotick enough money to have kept both Tango Gameworks and Arcane Austin alive. For over 17 years.
Jesus!
This disgusting ogre, who should be in jail for sexual harassment and threatening to have his assistant killed.
Wait, what?
Had to walk away with enough money that could have kept 2 gaming studios fed for nearly 2 whole decades.
Unbelievable.
You people are a disgrace.
Agreed. Absolutely agreed.
Rush with positive reviews in support of Tingle Gameworks.
Well, better shut down that company.
A situation where review bombing is actually a good thing.
Yeah, right?
In fact, people were so mad about these companies getting shut down that an LA billboard paid tribute to both companies like a freaking in memoriam.
Damn.
Thankfully, by a
Respect. Also, I saw that We Hate Money. That was funny.
Rush IP would be acquired by Crafton Inc., saving the studio from permanent closure.
Okay, that's
How
good.
did Microsoft
I'm glad
react
to hear
this?
that. The company's
like an
not
evil
dead.
Villain from a cartoon that just got their plans foiled again.
I'll get you next time, Gadget. Next time!
Was easily the worst year for
I'm just glad the
Microsoft
company
since
is
the
safe. It's like
days.
with
And it's no coincidence that they would get into the number one spot
I'll get to that
after
later.
adding Actibliz to their list of acquisitions. They both share the same symptoms
And you
of
cross
having
out
their
that
higher-ups
you
being
parse.
gaslighting narcissistic abusers. So, it is with great pride and disdain that I hereby crown Microsoft, our new champion of gaming industry fails. Wear your crown of thorns proudly, Microsoft, because I highly doubt it's coming off anytime
Round of applause
soon.
for the winners, everybody. Round of
I have
applause.
no sympathy for any of these villainous companies.
Agreed. I look forward to next year, though. Well, what I mean is I look forward to this year's top 10 fails, I should say. That's something I always look forward to. No matter what the drama is or any of that jazz, I look forward to the list.
Share the video around. Please check out my other
Always
social
nice to
media
come
like
back to
Twitter,
John's
Twitch, and
Score,
Tumblr.
sure.
Check out my other
Don't
channels
watch
such
them as
as
much
Josh
as I
the Burner
used
for
to, but
reactions and
man,
other
it's just
stuff,
nice to
Fighter
see him
Gaming for
again every
tabletop, and
time,
Bob
as I
Quest here for
say
cartoons.
every time.
Consider checking below the video and
He's a
donating
good
to my
guy, I'm
Patreon,
sure,
stream
and
ads for
just
my
the
merchandise,
fact
or
that he's a
becoming YouTube
father
member.
now is
Thanks
just
for
so
watching.
great. At least I hear he's a father. I hope he is. Accidents can happen in the world. But, I'm sure he'll be a great one. He's a great person in real life, and yeah. Well, I hear he's a great... I'm sure he's a good person in real life. How many disclaimers can I put in? You know what I'm trying to say, yeah. Well, I'm glad that one gaming studio was able to find a new home. I had a similar feeling when Rooster Teeth got shut down and then Viz picked up Ruby. At that point, it's just like, look, I don't really care who gets the girls as long as the girls are safe and have a good home. It's, you know, just, I don't really care. I just want them to be safe. That's it. I don't want them to be in limbo like, what's going to happen to them? They're safe and they're in good hands. And Viz has a good track record with Ruby, so it's all good. And it's a similar case with that company. I just hope they're in good hands that will treat them well with respect. At the end of the day, that's all that really matters. Treat people and franchises with the respect they deserve. Man, there was a lot of crap this year. I'm surprised. Layoff was a section to itself, but John didn't even say anything. He just showed it, and it's just like, okay, that speaks for itself. That's, no rant. But then again, you don't need to say anything. You just need to show the numbers. I mean, layoffs are always going to be on this list. That's a fact. Just people get laid off. It's sad, but it's true. Honestly, this pricing room was 8. Only 8 people layoffs. Like, that's actually pretty chill. I wouldn't even bring that one up. Like, yeah, people got laid off, but 8? That's not newsworthy. Over 100? Absolutely newsworthy. 8? 8 people were laid off. That sucks, I guess. Shame for those people. Was it a small company? Otherwise, I'm, but freaking 14,600 in total. It's like, yee! Hey, that's why I included the 8 in there. Just be like, look, we need to get up there to the solid 0 number. Otherwise, it's 14,552, 592. And that doesn't sound as good. It still sounds messed up, though, but people like a solid number. But yeah, so many terminations. It's probably most of them were bulk crap and do their own companies thing. Some of them were probably legitimate. Let's be real here. There was probably some fires just like, yeah, F that guy or girl or whatever. But there was a lot of bull crap. Like, we failed as a company to make money. We're blaming it on you. You're our scapegoat. We hired you so you could be a scapegoat. Let's be real. And so many bad live service games. Like, they keep showing off all these new fancy live service games. And I swear to God, they made the exact same goddamn game again and again and again. They keep looking the same. Make it stop. Bring back... Hey, here's an idea, game company. Here's one for free. Here's one for free. You finish the game, and then you release it. No, because we can't do that. We can't do that. We gotta make DLC things so we can make sure that you pay more for the game after you already bought the damn game. Look, you can have DLC. You can have extra stuff in the game. Like, I really enjoyed that. I want more story mode. I want more quests. I just want to look different cosmetics. We as gamers have basically accepted that. Okay, we can have that. But can we just not where it's like, okay, we still have so many bugs and things to fix in this game. We'll do it later. Don't worry about it. The gamers will buy it anyway. Why aren't they buying it anyway? What's going on? I don't understand. We release an unfinished product and no one wants to buy this product. Tell you what, I'll pay you with my unfinished money. I haven't gotten paid yet, but here, you can have the money I don't have. I swear, I put in as much effort into releasing my money to you as you did releasing this game to me. Sickening. At least this time we didn't go into as much, like, misconduct. Like, there was absolutely some sexual misconduct, like, but it didn't feel as much as the year prior, or the year before that. Because I swear there was like 3 sections that was just sexual misconduct in 3 different companies. Oh, that might be a Mandela effect or something like that. Maybe it was just one big section, but we didn't have one of those. I mean, there was... Again, it's probably going to be another thing, so you come out more accusations of sexual misconduct. Not all of which will be true. There will be some that are completely bogus, but there's going to be a lot of true ones, of course. So, yeah. That's something you gotta keep in mind with all this. Not every single one is true. There's gonna be some bogus ones, some people are lying, some people are full of crap, but there are absolutely some truth tellers and ones that are telling the truth, and I believe that. I believe that 100%. You know? I believe in people to tell the truth, but I also believe in people to lie. Ugh. Well, at least I got my Justice League prediction right. That one was correct. I mean, it was a mini segment, but it wasn't its own number, but it was on the list. And Concord was on the list too. Granted, these were the easy ones. No crap, I had that on my bingo card too list. But, I'm gonna count them. They were the easy stuff. I'm not gonna go for... Also, the day before was 2023. I checked. It was, yeah, it was off. It was not 2024. It was close, but it was not 2024. Also, there's an excellent video by Scale Up, which gives you the chronology of what happened with the day before. It's an excellent little documentary on the entire game. So if you're interested in that sort of stuff, please check it out. It's an excellent video and great background noise if you're at work. There was a lot of this room. I was like, oh yeah, that was a thing. I forgot about that. Oh yeah, that was a thing. I forgot about that. God, there's so much. Back when I was in that whole Gamergate 2 phase, and then I grew up and realized these words were losing all meaning and decided I'm not going to use these anymore. Or at least I'm going to try to use them less. You use a word over and over again, it loses meaning. I'm not completely out yet, I'm just tired. It's boring. It's boring. New game comes out. It has female with it. Why is it woke? New game comes out. It's got a white guy in it. It's racist. I don't... Do you have anything interesting to say? Not really. We're just going to say woke and racist for an hour and call that a video. And somehow it's going to get 100,000 views. What the frig? What am I doing wrong? Should I just make a friggin' video where I just say with those buzzwords for an entire hour and just have that be the video? Would I get 100,000 views that way? I should try that as an April Fool's Day joke. I'm kidding, of course, but it's videos like that that make me think, maybe I should. You know? If you can have that low effort content and call it and get so much money off of it, maybe I'm in the wrong here. I don't know. Maybe it's me. Probably not. But anyway, yeah, there's an excellent video created by John Scorcher, link to channel in the description. He makes a lot of other great 10 stuff, so you like seeing people break down video game things, please check him out. I don't think he does the MLP stuff anymore, but I can't promise on that. Again, I haven't checked him out in a while. But hey, if you like video game stuff with little to no politics, I'm not gonna say 0%, but he stays out of that field, go and check him out, please, because he's not gonna be like a herp-de-derp president stuff. He's going to talk about the game, and that's it. He might make a wisecrack here or there, but it's not going to be the entire video. And so he's a safe bet. So please go and check him out. He deserves it and your time and attention. He is a great man, and I'm sure he's going to be a great father. So, and a great husband. Oh yeah, I never actually mentioned my Power Word and Nintendo position. I'm more middle of the road when it comes to that, in that we'll let the courts decide on what they may. But I'm also very anti-Nintendo on this one, because, look, whatever the laws may be, it does look like, oh no, your game was successful, that's a clone of Pokemon, and actually evolved instead of making the same product over and over again like we do. We better sue your asses! Like, it may not be that way, but it looks that way. Like, oh no, we have competition that's doing what we do, and actually improving over time and adding to the system. Now again, if Power Word isn't your cup of tea, that's perfectly fine. I haven't played the game myself. I have, like, no opinion of the game other than I hear good things. I heard that some people don't like it, some people prefer Pokemon. That's perfectly fine, and your opinion is your opinion. But you can't tell me it doesn't look that way. Like, oh no, this game is successful, and it's similar to ours. We should sue. It's just... Now, granted, if Power Word isn't in the wrong, then fair enough. Nintendo has every right to do that. But it does. When the multimedia company comes down on an indie product, you can't help but kind of root for the underdog, am I right? Like, look, if this was any other company like Microsoft, freaking Ubisoft, or any of this crap, we'd still be yelling at them. But the fact it's Nintendo gives some Disney-like qualities, because Nintendo is the Disney of video games, for better and for worse. They are our childhoods, for lack of a better term. They have so many novel and great concepts of video game franchises, and so many important things that are important to us. But man, they can still do wrong. They can do so much wrong. Tears of the Kingdom was... Well, I haven't finished it yet because I started the game, saw that Zelda got kidnapped again, and kind of put the game down after that. I was looking forward to a brand new Legend of Zelda experience, and I got another copy-paste. Also, Link's arm got cut off, and I put the game down. I haven't picked it back up since like 2022 or 3, something like that. I think it was early 2023. That's when my save file said. No, maybe it was 4. Sometime in January. It was in January. I know that for a fact. Ugh. And I didn't buy Gen 9 of Pokemon, and I saw Mario Wonder and said, not for me. No thanks, I'm not interested. I thought we all agreed that New Super Mario Bros. Wasn't very good, but I guess not. Whatever. If they didn't innovate and improve, then that's good. I'm glad that they spend their money where it's important, but when it comes to Nintendo, they seem perfectly fine doing the status quo, and I'm perfectly fine of not giving them my money for doing the status quo. Well, except for Tears of the Kingdom. Well, technically that was a Christmas gift. Someone paid for it. I don't know. Maybe it was good. Maybe it was great. I don't know. Sometimes it's okay to miss out. But I'll probably pick it up at some point. I already own the game. I might as well. We'll see. Time will tell. I hear the new Zelda game where Zelda's the main character is good. Not so good from what I've heard. Just like, first, congratulations, we now have Zelda as the main character. First dungeon, here, you can turn to Link now. It's the only way you can use the Master Sword. Why did you even bother? Why did you bother? Also, Zelda can't attack in any other way. I hate things. I really do sometimes. Where's F-Zero? Where's F-Zero? You gonna port Mario Kart 8 again? That game is so much fun. Especially single player. Hey, remember Smash Ultimate? You remember it? I'm sure you remember it. Did you play it recently? Maybe with your friends? Single player? No? No. I don't know. Nintendo just seems very, very happy with the status quo, and it's not really interesting to me. I'll stick with Sonic for a while, thanks. I don't know. But it's stuff like this from just like... They're a multimedia million-dollar company, and they always just take their biggest franchise and it always looks like they're trying to cut corners. Like, you don't cut corners on the expensive franchises, the ones that make you all the money, you morons. Yes, you cut the corners on the franchise that you don't know too much about. I don't know. It's just dumb. See, it's things like that make me be like, you know what? I'm kind of rooting for Power World on this system. It's probably just mostly again the underdog story. And if Power World did wrong and they like stole from Nintendo and all that jazz, then they should lose that lawsuit. I agree with that opinion. But man, it's too easy to root for the underdog sometimes. It's too easy to root for the underdog. But again, if Power World's in the wrong, then they deserve to lose. And that's the end of the story. But we'll see what happens as the time comes. The court case could go one way, could go another. Who knows? Maybe they'll come to a settlement and then just like no one goes to jail or anything like that. We don't know. Time will tell. So, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. This video is almost an hour and I'm basically run out of things to say. There were a lot of bad games last year. Again, some good ones. Sonic X Shadow Generations. Frontiers was the year before. The Mario game I hear good things about. The 2D Mario game I hear good things about. I had zero interest, but actually I think it was the year before. Mario Wonder. Well, again, there were some good games in this in 2024. Absolutely. But there were some bad ones. Ooh, there were some bad ones. But and the bad outweighed the good in some regards. But hey, as long as everyone found at least one game that they enjoyed, I guess it evens out a bit more. I don't know. Anyway, I think that's enough padding in the video. So, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see all of you next time. Later!